A purchase order is a formal document a buyer sends to a supplier to request goods or services, specifying details like quantity and delivery terms. It's created by identifying the need, drafting the order, getting internal approval, and sending it to the supplier for acceptance. To create a purchase order, follow the following steps. Navigate to the procurement module and select Purchase Orders. You will be redirected to the Purchase Order panel as shown. Here, fill in all the required fields. Enter the storage location, which specifies the physical or virtual location where the ordered items will be stored upon receipt. Select the supplier from the drop-down menu. The supplier field identifies the vendor or provider of the goods or services being ordered. The alias field provides a shorthand or alternative reference for the supplier, product, or purchase order itself. This can simplify tracking and referencing in large-scale operations, where multiple orders or suppliers might share similar characteristics. Record order reference, which contains a unique identifier or code for the purchase order. This is essential for tracking and auditing purposes. Adjust the Valid Before field accordingly. This field sets a deadline by which the order must be fulfilled. Filling this field ensures timely delivery and allows for better planning by creating a clear timeline for both the buyer and supplier. The date-time issued field records when the purchase order was formally created and sent to the supplier. This timestamp is important for establishing the timeline of the transaction, measuring supplier responsiveness, and tracking order fulfillment progress. The date-time created field logs when the purchase order was initially drafted in the system. This provides an audit trail and ensures consistency in the documentation process, helping organizations maintain transparency. Lastly, enter the terms and conditions, if any. This field outlines the legal and contractual obligations of both the buyer and supplier. Filling this field protects both parties by clearly defining expectations, payment terms, delivery requirements, and dispute resolution procedures. Then click on the Save button to successfully create a purchase order. Adding items to a purchase order ensures clarity by specifying goods or services, quantities, and costs. It aids in inventory management, accurate cost tracking, clear supplier communication, and creates a reliable audit trail. To add items to a purchase order, click on the Purchase Order Items button. In the subsequent window, fill in all the required fields. The As New Item field is checked when the item to be added to the purchase order is not registered within the inventory items, fixed assets, other current assets, or expenses. This ensures that new items are appropriately identified. Then select the item type. The item type field specifies the nature of the item, such as goods or services. Filling this field ensures that the item is categorized correctly for processing and reporting purposes. Please note that when adding a new item to a purchase order, the Select Item field will be grayed out. The grayed out field indicates that the item has not been predefined or categorized within the system's inventory, fixed assets, current assets, or expenses based on your item type. Now input the name of the item in the Item Name field. This field allows users to input or confirm the specific name of the item being added. A clear item name ensures accurate identification and communication between departments. The Asset Sub-Account, Expense Sub-Account, and Income Sub-Account fields link the item to the relevant financial accounts. This facilitates accurate financial reporting and ensures that transactions are properly categorized in the accounting system. Select the Asset Sub-Account. You can use the search bar to quickly find and make your selection. Select the Expense Sub-Account from the drop-down as shown. In the Income Sub-Account, you can as well use the search bar to quickly find and select the Income Sub-Account based on your need. The department field specifies the department responsible for or using the item. Filling this field ensures proper allocation and accountability within the organization. Enter the item category for the new items. This field groups similar items together for better organization and reporting. Proper categorization simplifies tracking and analysis. The item class field further refines the categorization of items by adding another layer of classification, enhancing precision in inventory management. The item code and barcode fields provide unique identifiers for the item. These fields improve traceability and make it easier to locate or manage items within the system. The percent discount field allows users to specify any discount applicable to the item. Select the VAT type. The VAT type field determines the applicable value-added tax rate for the item. This ensures compliance with tax regulations and correct calculation of taxes. The purchasing unit of measure and purchasing quantity fields specify the unit and quantity in which the item is purchased. This ensures accurate procurement records and prevents ordering errors. The rate per measure VAT exclusive and rate per measure VAT inclusive fields define the price per unit of the item, both before and after VAT is applied. This ensures transparent pricing and simplifies financial calculations. The receiving unit of measure and receiving quantity fields specify the unit and quantity in which the item will be received. This helps reconcile the ordered quantity with the received quantity, ensuring inventory accuracy. The receiving quantity, cost VAT inclusive, and net amount fields are grayed out because their values are typically calculated automatically by the system based on the input provided in other fields, such as the rate per measure, quantity, and applicable VAT rate. This ensures that these values remain accurate and consistent, preventing manual errors that could arise from user input. Then click on the plus button to store your entries. This is how simple you can add a new item that is not registered in the system on a purchase order. Please note that you can add more new items to the list based on your needs. Let's see for the items that already exist in the system. Here, ensure is new item checkbox is unchecked before proceeding. Under item type, let's select inventory item, assuming that our purchase order is only for inventory items. Please note that the same procedure is applicable to when you are recording fixed assets, other current assets, or expenses based on your need. The Select Item dropdown provides a list of predefined items available in the system. Selecting an item from this list saves time and maintains consistency by using existing records. You can use the search bar to quickly find and select the item. The system will automatically fill in the asset subaccount, expense subaccount, and income subaccount based on the item registration in the inventory. However, you can edit them based on your intervention. These fields link the item to the relevant financial accounts. This facilitates accurate financial reporting and ensures that transactions are properly categorized in the accounting system. Other fields that will be autofilled based on the item registration are the item category, item class, item code, barcode, VAT type, purchasing unit of measure, receiving unit of measure, rate per measure, VAT inclusive, VAT exclusive, and unit cost VAT inclusive. Remember, as I mentioned, the fields can be edited based on your need. Enter the department. This field specifies the department responsible for or using the item. Filling this field ensures proper allocation and accountability within the organization. And input the discount in percentage if applicable. Input the purchasing quantity to specify the quantity being purchased. The receiving quantity and the net amount will be calculated based on the quantity being received multiplied by the unit cost, VAT inclusive. Then click on the plus button to save your entries. You can add more items based on your needs using the same procedure. Please note that you can also remove an item from the list by simply right-clicking on the item. On the menu list, select Delete and confirm by selecting OK on the prompt that appears. On how to mark a purchase order as marked, approved, and authorized, please watch our guide on how to mark a purchase order as checked, approved, and authorized for a comprehensive guide.